Can people hear me? Raise your thumb if you can hear my voice. Nope.
You're good.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, you're all good, PK.
Mhm.
We can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Okay. I just had someone who had earbuds in and asked if she could hear me, and she didn't move her head, so either she's frozen or she's listening to something else. Is Trish able to stay on the line, or has she lost contact?
It looks like she was
Okay,
in
PK.
a bad state, but I'm gathering.
PK, she's on the line. She just she's on the road, so she's listening with her phone.
Okay. Okay, no problem. No problem. Let's start off with good news. Who has good news from your businesses last week? Has anybody had a great connection, or maybe a new enrollment, or maybe made a new consultant since we spoke last? Anybody with good news?
New consultant.
New consultant. Yay.
Woohoo!
Woohoo. Got to celebrate consultants. Come on now.
I met
Everybody
with
on
a
it?
business today. That was exciting. They're going to sign up as a business with all of their personal trainers to use us as their nutrition. So,
Nice.
yeah, exciting.
Now, how long were you courting that relationship?
Well, my little brother is the business partner, and so he tagged me on a Facebook post asking people to come and use their personal training and some protein that they were developing, which was awesome, because I just turned it around and sent him a message and said, stop your scientific findings. We already have a full system and a way for you guys to cut your overhead, your costs, and your production, and you'll get a residual income. So today I spent about 2 hours with him and his partner, and they are all in. They were very, very excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Way to take that strong stance. I like it.
It's the consultant in me.
Well, you have to realize every gym has a challenge, and that is, do we have enough members to keep it open? It's all about membership. And so if they can find other passive revenues to help support it, that's fantastic.
Right, and they go to people's homes and provide the training in home right now in one small studio. So his plan is to have each of the trainers be on the product for at least 2 weeks before they can recommend the nutrition. So in those first 2 weeks, if they haven't been consistent with their own pack, they aren't able to be qualified in his business to share the product. So
Nice.
I told him that way he'll have consultants right away. They'll have the referral bonus, and he'll still benefit with the BV and be able to support them with some of our groups. And he saw that vision right away of, okay, so this will mean that I can just focus on training and building bodies. I don't have to worry about putting time and effort into meal planning. And so, yeah, that was good. That was good.
That's wonderful. Who's that handsome young man beside you?
That is Gunner. Gunner, say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, PK.
Hi, PK.
Hey, Gunner. Hey, Gunner, how old are you?
8.
8. Do you know my little boy is going to be 27 this year?
Yeah.
And there's nothing little about him.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. But he had blonde hair and blue eyes and rosy cheeks just like you when he was 8. He happens to be one.
Go ahead.
Pardon
Sorry.
me? No. Talk about Gunner.
He just told me he had a skateboarding experience, and he told me every master was once a disaster.
Practice, brother. You can do it. Way to go, Gunner. By the way, I hope you're like my son. He was the president of his own company when he was 23 years old.
What?
He's a business owner. Yeah.
You're going to be a business owner? A millionaire? What do you think?
It lets you skateboard whenever you want to.
If you own your own business, you get to skateboard whenever you want. Is that good? Yeah.
Way to go, Gunnar. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. Anybody else with great news? That was fantastic news about a gym. Anybody else with great news? A new connection, a new enrollment, a new consultant? Oh, very quiet. No? Come on, Wally.
3 enrollments in 4 days.
Well, Wally, why are you hiding that under a bushel, brother? Come on.
all president's packs.
Nice. Nice. Wow. Three times so much. That's a bunch of money. $480. Thank you very much. Woo! And three-way calls. What does and three-way calls, Andrea, mean? And Christy sold her first president's pack. Is Christy on the line as she should be speaking? No. Way to go, Wally. 3 in 4 days. You're a rock star. Is that this week? Oh, you shut off your volume.
There we go.
Yeah.
It was the last half of last week and the beginning of this week.
Very good. So you maybe need to get another president's pack to double up the double PIBs?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Top down hauling in president's packs. Cha and Ching. My 2 favorite cousins, Cha and Ching. Way to go, brother. Way to go. I like that. Woohoo! Anybody else with good news? I like good news. I have a big beard like Santa, so of course I like good news. Oh. No?
I am here. I did sell my first president's pack, and I have 2 that are interested. So I'm working hard on trying to get them.
Nice. Way to go. High five.
Woo!
High five. Way to go. That's fantastic. That's very good news. I like news like that.
Yes.
Now, this is something you got to learn, guys. You got to celebrate your wins because you own your own business. There's no boss to walk over and pat you on the back and say, well, that's a very good job. We're going to give you a promotion. You got to give yourself promotions. So when you do something that's amazing, you got to celebrate it. You got to tell other people so they can celebrate it. We have to manage that positive energy inside our head. Otherwise, when you have a funky week, what's going on between your left ear and your right ear won't remember what a freaking rock star you were this week. Do you feel like a freaking rock star? Excellent. Great news. Great news. Would it be okay this week if we talked about funky launch parties? Would that be okay with everybody? We have 6 different types of launch parties, and they all meet a different need, and none of them are according to the launch party video. The launch party video isn't a rule. It's just a kind of a skeleton for people to build off of. But we do have some ideas about launch parties that we know work. We know that certain principles we'll teach you tonight will lead to higher enrollments because the people who use them see a much higher percentage of enrollments from their guests. For instance, one of the things that's very specific to our launch parties is that they're short, way shorter than you would think they should be. The longest one we have is 35 minutes long. Some of the presentations are 10 to 12 minutes long. Some have no presentation in them. And they still enroll people. Why? It's a launch party, not a launch meeting. And that's one of the challenges I have with most launch parties. There's no party in them. There's absolutely no party in them. I want to remind you that Canada was founded on Susan Sly and Mara Lorenzo having funky wine and cheese parties on Friday nights. During the wine and cheese party, they would mention the 9-day cleanse they could join with. They'd sign up a bunch of people, send them home, watch Sex in the City, and finish drinking the wine. And that's what started Canada. Ta-da! Susan Sly is only one of the top builders in the entire world, and Mara Lorenzo is the #1 paid Latina in the entire world in isogenics. Woo! How'd they start it? With parties. So, to start with, Our parties are short. The longest one we call the inspirational launch party, and we call it inspirational because it doesn't have a lot of the science in it. It's mostly built on stories. Now, the reason it works is someone deciding to join with a pack isn't actually an intellectual decision, it's an emotional decision. So we don't tap into their brain, we touch their heart. And so we use verbs, nouns, adjectives that are emotionally filled, that connect with the person on a feeling level, that inspire them to make that great investment in their health. Also, they're 35 minutes long. By the 36-minute mark, I want you having people taste testing something of your products. Some shakes, some bars, some isolites, anything. Get them test driving your products, because we're going to transition. We're going to do a 35-minute presentation. We're going to do a taste testing, and then we're going to ask people to go back into the room they were just in order to enroll, but we're going to give them 3 options to choose from as to how they can choose to enroll. Why? Because by giving them more choices, they feel more empowered and they're more apt to say yes immediately. So there's a bit of a recipe in making an inspirational launch party. At the top is 2 product testimonials. Now, the product testimonials are emotionally driven, and they're based on 3 verbs: I felt, I love, and I am. First, I felt. You guys tell me one way that you felt before you started enjoying Isogenics. Tell me a way you felt.
Exhausted.
Tired, fatigue, exhausted, number 1 symptom. Yet we constantly talk about weight as if that's what people are worried about. Actually, no. Fatigue is the number 1 thing. Exhausted, absolutely. That's a great one. Not great that you were exhausted, just a great feeling.
Guilty.
Somebody say that again?
Guilty.
Feeling guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like that one, because I believe that Isogenics allows us to enjoy all of our favorite foods guilt-free. Why? Not on a diet. Actually, I don't care how much anybody weighs. I just want them to be strong and healthy. I have no idea how much I weigh. I don't think that my wife is going to be selling me by the pound anytime soon. It doesn't matter what I weigh. What matters? If my clothes fit and if I'm strong. That's it. That's all I care about. I'm not a little guy. This is a really big head here. I know it fills up the screen. This is a triple extra large motorcycle helmet. I'm not a little person. I'm a 46 tall. I wear a size 13 shoe and a size 13 ring. I'm a big guy. How much do I weigh? Still don't care. I didn't care a minute ago. I still don't care. I don't care how much you weigh either. I'd like you to be strong and healthy. That's it. Guilty. Man, I hate that word guilty when it comes to food. In fact, when I eat something I love, I celebrate it. You'll see me post pictures of eating food, and you'll see people say, "Oh, PK, I can't believe you're eating that, blah, 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 blah." I live in a part of the world that serves something called a hot lobster sandwich. And that's lobster cooked a second time in butter and heavy cream. And then it's poured over toast. Then you put another piece on it, and you pour more over it. It's only cooked where I'm from. Now, I only get home to where I'm from every few years. And when I'm there, I have some. And I'm a very happy boy. Hot lobster went about to, yeah, Andrew, you got to go. Absolutely. It's in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada. And you got to go to Harris's Quick and Tasty to have it and tell them I sent you. I don't get a cut, but it's the best place to have it. And when I have it, I post it. Why? Because I celebrate food, just like I celebrate being happily married, just like I celebrate my children that I love, just like I celebrate a beautiful sunset or a mountain or a great motorcycle ride. Guilt connected to food leads to terrible illness. And I'm so thankful that superfoods can take the guilt out of our eating. That's a great one. Fantastic. So we got guilty and we got tired. How else did you feel?
No self-confidence.
Yeah, it can kill the self-confidence, can it? That comes from feeling a little discouraged about our relationship with food. right? Now, we can't use the word depressed because depressed is a clinical term, but we could feel overwhelmed. We could feel discouraged, right? About our relationship with food. Frustrated, yes. I know it sounds like I'm celebrating being frustrated. I'm not celebrating. That's really, yay, you were frustrated. Yay, your life sucked. No, that's not what I'm doing. Not doing. Anybody else, a way that you felt before nutritional superfoods?
One of the ladies on my team says she felt like a slug.
Yeah.
She just would go to work and she'd come home and she'd be on the couch like a slug. And I mean,
And you know, it's existing, it's not living, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plus, you leave a slimy trail everywhere you walk, which is kind of disgusting.
It's really gross.
Yeah. Now, sorry, I just had an image there. It was awful. Now, the reason we talk about feelings is that if we talk about stats, facts, and medical conditions too much, one will be non-compliant because we're not supposed to talk that way. But two, will exclude some of our guests. For instance, Bubba comes to the front of the room and Bubba says, well, I was 60 pounds overweight, I was a type 2 diabetic, and I had gout in my big toe. Cool story, Bubba, but the skinny chick in the front row just stopped listening. In fact, she's checking her Facebook on her phone. Why? Gout? I thought gout disappeared in the Middle Ages. Who are you? She doesn't identify with you. You were way too specific, dude. Or Bubba could say, I was really discouraged with my relationship with food. I was overwhelmed. What to eat, how much to eat, how often to eat. And because of that, I've had spikes and valleys in my energy and in my health. Isogenics gave me a brand new relationship with food. Well, that's Bubba with gout in his big toe and the skinny chick in the front row. Same feelings. Feelings can be empathized on. Stats and facts quickly go non-compliant, but they also exclude everybody in the room that the stats and facts don't match. Stick with feelings, you'll always be compliant, and you'll keep the room. Now, the second verb is I love. Now, this is my favorite part. I want you guys to tell me, no, in fact, it's a game, sorry. It's a game. You have to pick one product that you love more than any other product. You have to tell me what flavor you love it in and how it fits into your life. Now, the trick is, as soon as someone picks one of those products, no one else on the call can pick that product. It's off the table. So, ready, set, go. What's the product you love?
Ionic Supreme.
Yeah, that's why, because someone does something just like that. Ionic Supreme. Now, why do you love Ionic Supreme?
Because it's a lifesaver for my children and me and the kids I teach in school.
Well, a lot of
And my
homicides have been
marriage.
avoided.
And
And your marriage. Nice. Look at all the homicides that have been avoided.
I
That's
know,
wonderful.
right?
Yeah. We call it Mama's Happy Juice that isn't vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm quite sure Isogenics is never going to steal that byline, but it's very true.
That's very
In fact, I had a woman on a call say Ionics, and I said, when do you take it? And she said it like this. By the way, she had 3 boys under the age of 8. And she said, 6:30 in the morning before the little buggers get up. I said, oh, really? Do you take it again? Yep, 2:30. Why at 2:30? That's when the little buggers get off the bus. Mama's Happy Juice that isn't vodka.
Yes, it's true.
So now everybody on this call hates you right now because you
I
stole
know.
Diana. It's
I
off the
have
table,
covers.
folks. So the flag has been stuck on the peak, which is Ionics. Someone else must pick another product that you love, the flavor you love it, and where it fits into your life.
Okay,
No product
right here.
right there. But dude, you got vanilla.
That's right. That's right.
Dude,
So,
vanilla is not a flavor; it's the absence of flavor.
no, it is so flavorful. Then why do they have it as a flavor? And Isogenics doesn't screw up.
That's true. That's true. Wally is vanilla.
This product right here, before I was even building the business and I first got on the products, it was just like the first time I tasted it, I could feel it absorbing into my body, and it just felt so good. And it's the best thing to put in your body after a hard workout. And you can just feel the strength, and you can feel the protein, and you can feel the calories just absorbing in, and your body just loving it. So it's a great feeling that I get whenever I drink it immediately after a workout, and you can just feel your body getting stronger.
Nice.
My,
Now, if it hadn't been vanilla, I would have been in, brother. But sorry.
Yeah, my lean muscle mass went up, my body fat went down, and it's just well proven in my book.
Absolutely. And you obviously love it because you have it right beside your computer.
Boom. Yes.
Look at that. Yeah. So Isoline Pro Vanilla is off the table. Ionics is off the table. Someone else, pick another product that you love. Tell me the flavor and why.
Isa Delight.
Yeah, why wasn't that said first?
Isa
What's
Delight.
your favorite flavor?
Oh, the salted caramel by far.
You know, everybody says that.
They're so good.
Yeah. Now, when do you have an Isodolite?
Every day. I'm a
Remember what we just said about. Remember what we just said about not being guilty about eating. Do you remember that conversation just a minute ago?
Yes.
Okay. So we don't have to do this first. You can say every day.
Every day.
Yeah. Now, dark chocolate mint from Leslie Porter. Okay, you can have dark chocolate mint. She took the salty caramel. That's fine. That's fine. You can. Yeah. Do you have a specific time of day that the Isodolite rescues you?
Evening by far. I without my chocolate treat in the evening, I would be tempted to eat a lot of other stuff that I shouldn't.
Kind of keeps you on the path.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Kind of crazy that we eat chocolate to stay healthy, huh? You know, sometimes it feels like a 5-year-old created Isogenics. We're going to make chocolate shakes and strawberry shakes, and we're going to have chocolates to eat them anytime we want. And they're going to have chips that are good for you. Maybe Gunnar made this. He's 8. Maybe Gunnar created Isodolites, and John Anderson's just been stealing the credit. Couldn't you picture it?
Yeah, he's in getting them right now because he heard Emily, and it's 8:30 at night, and I hear the pantry. I know what he's doing. Sea salt and caramel.
Now, previously, my wife had a rule that Isodolites are only for people who sit down to pee. In fact, she would put them in a mason jar that made noise when you tried to open them. And I would hum and try to undo the mason jar. And she'd go, I know what you're doing. No, you stand up. No, out. But now she's become very generous. She gave me 3 this week. 3. Now, I've eaten them all by Wednesday, but I did get 3 this week. Maybe she loves me. 33 years of dating as of Monday. And I'm finally getting a little Isodolites on the side. Wow, Isodolites is a sexual euphemism for the win. Now, did you notice what happened to the call when we started talking about the products we loved? What happened to the call? Gunner's got Isodolites. Send me some, dude. Everyone went and got something.
I'm cleansing today, so I actually love this too. What I noticed is a lot more energy, a lot more smiles, as we kind of connected over why someone was so passionate about what they like, you know. They're like,
That's right.
oh yeah, I forgot that one, or I haven't tried it that way, and I want to hear, you know, kind of that voyeuristic thing that's like, oh, tell me why you like it then. I want to understand that. I want to know kind of your side. So that's what I saw.
And it's because people don't care how much you know, but they do care about what you love. Now, I'm going to be political here. I'm a Canadian. Don't say anything bad to me, okay? But last night, Jimmy Kimmel did a little video on his late night talk show. And I couldn't figure out until I watched the video why Donald Trump was popular. Jimmy Kimmel cut out all the times that Donald Trump says I love. And it wasn't until he showed them all that I realized he was the only political candidate that kept saying they loved anything. And of course, he says he loves everything. You know, I love Idaho. I love Connecticut. I love the evangelicals. I love Hispanics. I love the poorly educated. All these things he said he loved. It didn't matter what he said he loved. It's just that he was yelling that he loved something. What did it do? It creates this magnetism. Why? People don't care how much you know. They want to know how much you care. And they'll try something if you just tell them you love it. And that's what happens to a launch party. The energy in the room goes up because you're not giving them the biological molecular structure of acidophilus. You're saying, after a workout, I feel amazing with Isoline Pro Vanilla. Now, no one believes you because it's vanilla, Wally, but that's okay. I can't stop, Wally. It's just that it's vanilla. I love you, but it's vanilla. That's what happens when you start off your launch party with two of these back-to-back product testimonials. They connect on the feeling, they hear what you love, and then the last one, I am. And the I am is what's usually missing from a product testimonial because they're usually all past tense. I am is, what am I doing new or for the first time in a long time now and going forward because of my product experience? Does anybody have anything new or new for the first time in a long time because of the transformation you've been able to enjoy from Isogenics? Anything specific?
I started using the Amped pre-workout and I missed like a week, and I'm training to run, which I don't run. I've never run. I hate running. I don't know why I'm doing it. But I used the Amped pre-workout and I like really loved my workout. I was enjoying the whole 35 minutes of me running and dying and sweating. And I'm like, that's never happened with me before. And I know it was that. I knew it was the workout because I hadn't done anything else different.
What a huge advantage. Our AMP line, guys, is the first product we've ever had that works instantly. Instantly. You know instantly that it works. What a game changer when it comes to trying to get people to just experience one of our products. Test drive it. See if it works. Why? Because in 30 minutes, you'll come back to me and ask for more. Now, it sounds like we're drug dealers. We're not trying to sound like drug dealers. But it's true. You could go to a fill-in name of exercise class here and hand them out as free samples beforehand and say, I'll be here when your class is over. I'd really like to take a survey. What kind of results did you see differently because of the product you shared? And boom, see an uptick of people wanting to set an appointment to talk to you about the rest of your product line. First product we've ever had. So you're running with joy. And I know, I hate running too, so that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Big deal. Anybody else? Anything that's new for you or first time in a long time because of your Isogenics product experience? I am doing what?
I often say, PK, this is Francis. I often say that as a result of losing 75 pounds, more than that, I'm now an athlete I never dreamed of being because I was never an athlete before. And now I'm crazy insane, so.
And what an accomplishment to do that. That's such a big deal. It's such a big deal to accomplish that.
Well, and I think what it is too is it's not necessarily sharing. When I share, it's not you're going to become an athlete or because of weight loss you're going to become an athlete, but you can do things that you never dreamed that you're going to do.
That's right. Fill in the blank what you'd like to do next, right?
Right.
I had one gal say elk hunting. I said, what?
Well, come on up to Montana.
Yeah. She said, I actually grew up in the country with my husband. We were boyfriend and girlfriend as teenagers, so we elk hunted. We went hunting every fall. That's what we did as a couple, and then as a young married couple. And then I had 3 babies, and I got out of shape, and then I got really unhealthy. And I haven't walked the fields with my man in 10 years. But this year, we got a babysitter for 2 days, and me and my man are acting like teenagers. We're going elk hunting together. And to us, that's romantic. I've never heard of elk hunting be romantic before, but, well, I suppose Brokeback Mountain it was. But never mind. But, yeah.
As long as you take the Ice of Delights, PK, you're good.
You're good. So when you do that, you raise up the expectation from people. I may not have connected with how you felt. I may not love vanilla isopro. I'm sorry, Wally. It just keeps coming up. But I might connect with, oh, look, she said she became an athlete. Wow, maybe that could be me. And you begin to do something which we call predict a positive, preferred future. And they begin to believe and borrow from your belief bank that their future could be different because your future is different. Very important that you make sure that your product testimonial always has a present and future tense to it, so someone can join you in your present and future tense, not all past tense, or you'll leave people in their chairs. You want them to join you. So we start right off, 2 of those, I felt, I love, I ams, and they only take 6 minutes. Right after that, we like to share an inspirational product video. Now, this means not Are You Toxic? Because that's not inspirational. It's just scary, and it's also too long. We don't show long videos at launch parties. Now, the reason is it makes the launch party weird. Unless you're enrolling the Amish, they could be watching a long video on their iPad in their pajamas. They didn't have to go get all dressed up and go to a stranger's house and sit on a stranger's couch beside another stranger and watch a 12-minute video. You got about 3 to 6 minutes, and that's all you got. After that, you can feel the energy suck out of the room, which you just created with the 2 I felt, I love, I am product testimonials. We really love the IsaBody Challenge videos. They're great, they're inspirational, they're compliant, and they're all less than 3 minutes long. Because people are more inspired to try this by buying into one of their stories than necessarily hearing the science behind it. So, I felt I love I am, I felt I love I am, short, inspirational product video, and then the third ingredient is something that we call a silly success story. A silly success story. Now, by silly, of course, we mean, well, I've built this business over 3 years and I've become financially independent and I have a plan to become an isogenics millionaire over the next 60 days. No one believes you. Get over it, okay? No one believes any of that stuff. Now, what you should tell is one of those stories when you got an email from Isogenics and in your head you figured, I think I made this much this week. And then you get the email and it's this much bigger. And you think, is my math wrong? Or maybe the Isogenics accountant has a drinking problem and I'm going to have to return this money because there's no way I made this much money this week. Now, has anybody on the call ever got one of those emails where you think the math is wrong or you're surprised at how much you were reimbursed for what you did this week? Anybody?
For sure.
Yes?
Yeah.
That totally happened to me.
Nice picture, Trisha.
We actually, I think it was Chris Harder that shared about the gal who hadn't checked her card. Tricia, did you hear that story about the gal who hadn't checked her business card and her husband told her to go open a business account and they didn't know what was on the card? Did you hear that story? Nope, Trisha's gone. She was there a second ago, though.
I'm trying to be here.
It's okay. Did you ever hear that story from Chris Harder?
Yes, I had a similar thing happen to me.
Really? So you
Oh,
cluelessly didn't know how much you made?
Are you referring to just getting more money than you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like our third month in, and we had a couple of bills come up that were really stressful. And I got my I got my Monday check, and I didn't know about the pool money, bonuses, the leadership pool money, and it was our first big one. And we almost made $5,000, and I remember just bawling on the phone, and then getting off and thinking, was this a mistake? Are they going to take it away? Was I supposed to get this? It was amazing, absolutely
Yeah, we always
amazing.
want to blame it on an alcoholic accountant, don't we? Now, someone just posted it was a nurse from North Carolina. Who just posted that? I didn't see your name there quick enough. Was it Andrea?
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. The kids had the TV on really loud. Trisha, it was the call PK was talking about was a nurse, I think, from North Carolina, and she was just sharing organically and didn't realize how much she was making, and her husband told her to go open a business account, and when she went to open it and had the guy check the amount on the card, it was like a crazy amount. Is that the call you're talking about, PK?
Yeah, I think it was $55,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that Jessica?
Yeah.
Who was that, Trisha?
I have her in the group. I'll have to post it later tonight when I look at it.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to tell a super dumb double PIB story in Atlanta, and I didn't know the couple were in the room. And I said, there's this couple from Alabama. Now, my geography is not that good. I didn't realize that Alabama and Atlanta are really close by. So I said, there's this couple I know, and I mentored them, and they were so dumb. They thought that their Isogenics Visa card was a gift card, so they threw it out after they spent the money. And everybody's laughing, and then this lovely couple in the back said, yeah, that was us, PK, we're back here. And I felt really bad instantly that I had told that story about them. And then they said, we tell that story all the time. You go ahead and tell it all you want. Why? You don't have to be a genius to do this business. You really don't. Why do you think we want to tell a silly success story at a launch party?
Because people can relate.
Yes. We tell dumb stories because all the guests are dumb. They don't know anything what a PIB or a double PIB is, right? So we keep it simple. Now, if we are self-deprecating and kind of say we made money without knowing it, what conclusion does the guest come to?
The same conclusion I came to whenever I was in Dallas at NYKO, seeing all the six-figure earners go up on the stage. I was like, no way, that guy is? No way, that girl's a six. I can do this.
Yeah, absolutely. This knuckle dragger can be a millionaire. What am I doing? And that's exactly what we want. Be self-deprecating enough so the guest comes to the conclusion, I should be doing this. I should be doing this. Now, right after that silly success story, we share an inspirational opportunity video. Our two favorites are the Start Your Life video from startyourlife.com, for those of you who don't have gray in your beard, and for those of you whose children are in the Start group, that you might try the Isogenics. It's 6 minutes long. It's right on the edge. I try to tell Isogenics more often, let's do shorter videos. We can use them more because people watch a shorter video more than they do a longer video. I'd rather have 10 3-minute videos than a 30-minute video. Why? They'll get seen more. So, 2, I felt I love my product testimonials, then an inspirational product video, and then a silly success story, and then an inspirational opportunity video. Then we would share our product line from the top down using the script that we've shared with you. Now, I have one isogenics millionaire. She actually reads the script at launch parties. She hauls out a laminated copy and she reads the sucker. Why? Because people still join with President's Packs even if you read it. They don't care. Now, all that we just described takes 30 minutes to do. Now we're closing the room. We're about to go to the tasting time and then to the enrolling time. Now, the reason we're being this brief is that people still think hour to hour. And if you stop at the 35-minute mark and say, let's test drive some of these good products, they think, he's done already. Wow, we've got time to taste this stuff. If it's any good, why don't we just join and go home? Yeah, why don't we? Whereas if you just talk for 10 or 15 minutes longer, they look at the watch and say, oh, so now we're tasting. Yeah, we don't really have time to taste test it and join. Maybe they want us to just taste it and talk to them later on. And they go home. How do we know this? Well, we haven't been teaching this for 15 minutes. We've been teaching this a long time. And we've helped people cut their launch parties in half or a third and quadruple their on-site enrollments because they created the launch party planning on making time for people to enroll on-site within the hour. Now, the closing I want you to consider is a YouTube video on our channel. It's called, ironically, not really, Launch Party Closes. It sounds like this. Many of you think that if it's good for you, it can't possibly taste great. Well, our stuff tastes amazing. You're going to love it. Now, when you want to get started immediately tonight, come back into this room. We'll have 3 stations prepared for you to begin immediately. Here at the station over here, we have enrollment forms. Please get together with the person who brought you to the launch party, and they'll go through your best next steps going forward, and you'll receive your product in 3 or 4 days. Over in this next station, we've got some laptops open live to the internet. We can show you your own online store that's live to 1 billion people around the world instantly, and it's got your name in the address bar right beside isogenics.com. Finally, those of you who are a little ticklish about sharing your private information with a third party, we've got the opportunity via a 3-way call to connect with an Isogenics customer service professional. And you can give all of your private information directly to them. So let's test drive these great products. Let's get started. Now pause for a second. Just before you send them to go test drive, at the beginning of the party, at the front of the room, you have 3 or 4 gift bags, hopefully in light green or Isogenics green. And that's when you explain what they are, just as they're about to go test drive. And what's in those bags are their first 3 days of product. We call them, your first 3 are free on me. And what we explain is, we've made some gift bags, and we've only got 4 tonight. I'm sorry, we weren't sure how many guests we're going to have. And the first 4 people to join tonight will be able to start their product experience tomorrow morning. So let's test out these great products, and let's get signed up. Now, every single person who has tried making your first 3 are free on me has never brought a bag home. Everyone joins to get the bag because they like to start their product experience next day. Now, what do you think happens when you give people multiple options for how they can join and the opportunity to start their product experience the next day if they join first?
Did you ask what do you think happens?
Yeah, what do you think happens if we give them options on how they can join and...
Well, they get to choose. First of all, you get to determine who is your runner. And there's a fear of missing out for only having 4. So the ones who are inclined to move fast will move even faster. And I would say that, you know, there's that competition right away, like get those 4. It's like Black Friday all over again. I am excited to try this.
Now, someone just posted that when I was talking, it was breaking up. I think it's actually the Zoom call that's doing it, because you were breaking up as well. Sorry, dear. Am I still breaking up when can you understand me? Because I only got every other word. Can someone text that? It's better now. Okay. But you are right, because, yes, would you please mind repeating it, see if it's still breaking up for you?
Yeah, is it better now? So what I said is that I would see that there would be like a fear of missing out. You'd see who was already interested and wanted to move quickly. There'd be that competition to, like a Black Friday competition, get it. There's only 4 in the store today to go. I'm excited. I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, there's that fear of missing out on it, absolutely. Yeah, and it works. It absolutely works. In fact, I probably had half a dozen people report back, and it doesn't matter how many bags they make, they don't take any home. And it also creates zero buyer's remorse. Because if you come home and say, hey, I've ordered this pack of stuff, and your hubby says, what stuff? Oh, here, try it. What do you put in the bags? Great question, Leslie. 6 shakes, 3 tubes of Ionics, and a couple bars and an ice of delight. Now you may think, well, that costs money. I know, we're enrolling them with President's Packs, and we're getting multiple enrollments at a night. You're making $160 per enrollment. Share some back, it's $25. It's a good investment. Now, one last thing, and it's also on our video. Everyone who doesn't enroll at a launch party gets a call back within 72 hours with a single question. And the question is, so what question was it that you needed answered before you get started? So what question was it that you needed answered before you get started? And we've had now over 30 people report back to us. Shorter launch party, 3 options to join at the end, and the 72-hour callback, 100% enrollments. Every guest enrolled. And the record right now is 9. We haven't hit double digits yet, but the record is 9 guests, 9 enrollments. And by the way, that was for a young lady who all the guests were hers. And this was her first launch party, and she'd never signed up a soul in her life before. And she went from 0 to 9 associates in 35 minutes. Yeah. That's a good night. So that's the basic building block that we build all of our other launch parties on. Next week, I'm going to teach you the other 5. And they're shorter, they have different reasons behind them, and most importantly, they all work. And they work really, really well. Penalty gets to the bag, 6 shakes, 2 bars, 3 tubes of Ionics, and a couple of ice of lights. Not that some of that Ionics must go for 3 days. Yeah. Yep. Perfect? I know, twice the Ionics, girl, yeah, no. They can become Ionics addicts on their own dime, okay? So next week we'll learn the party lunch party, the auto ship partner lunch party, the pre-launch lunch party, the healthy happy hour launch party, and the executive launch party, Crystal Executive launch party. We'll learn all 5 next week. So this week, let's think about having a launch party. And we'll even talk about what's the best way to get people back in the room. Excellent. Have an amazing, amazing week, guys. At what point do you offer the bags again? I send people off for the taste test just before they go. Before they go to taste test, say, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, these bags are your first period on me. And then you send them to the taste test, so they rush back in the room doing well. It works. Have a great week, guys.
Thank you, PK.
Thank you, PK.
Gunner says thank you.